Sensei in the mix, wax on, wax off.
Shout out T1. Shout out T1. Shout out T1.
Right on the go.
Welcome to that Humbopye. Welcome to that Humbopye. I can't wait till I get off of work and I get home, so I can catch up on the latest music videos. Kick back, relax, and chill, pull out my phone and I just scroll. I've been needing me a laugh, Humbopye just made a post. So many up and coming artists need to be exposed. Connect the network, you might end up on the show. Who gon' be the next to blow? Interviews, the podcast, even down to Lass and Joe. Humbopye got all the latest info. Welcome to that Humbopye. Welcome to that Humbopye.
What to do? It's your boy T1, the ToDcastPoDcast, presented by HumbopyeLLC. What's been going on out there, people? It's been a minute. You know, I've been gone for a second, and this is the rebranding and the refurbishing of HumbopyeLLC. The very first recording of the ToDcastPoDcast, which was formerly the podcast, but we've made some upgrades and we're going in a different direction. Firstly, for the original Humbopye, I'd like to say thank you. I love you. There's some folks that have been following me for years, just posting silly ass memes and, you know, just basically acting an ass on Facebook, you know, and other sites or whatnot. But now, you know, I want to branch out, start reaching and touching people, not so much physically, you know, but mentally and emotionally as well, with some of the ideas and topics that I want to bring forward. And to some of you that are new, let me give you a little background, okay? Humbopye, if you know what a Humbopye is, or if you, for God's sakes, ever eaten a Humbopye, the original Humbopye, once I describe it to you, and that'll give you an idea of what the mantra or the impetus behind Humbopye and what it means to me and what I was thinking when I came up with the idea and the concept. Essentially, a humble pie, the word is, it can be viewed as a double entendre, and if you don't know what that is, go look it up. I ain't got time to explain shit to a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? But essentially, you can be served humble pie and it not be food, but you getting your foot put in your mouth, or someone's foot put in your ass from your actions or whatever. You know, if it was a story that you thought you knew all the facts and thought you knew all the stats, and then somebody showed you up, that's like basically being served humble pie. Or the original version of humble pie, which to me is motherfucking, I can't remember the date. I want to say it's like in the 1600s, but the Irish, so this was in Ireland, came up with a dish, essentially where they would take the sheep's belly, stuff it with the organs of the sheep, like the kidneys, the liver, the heart, of course, some ham, yam. No, I mean potatoes and corn and shit like that, other vegetables and all of that shit was shoved in there as well. It was baked into a motherfucking pie. That was humble pie. So translate that into real life. Humble pie to me was just another term of to hustle. Because when you hustle and you're doing all these other different things, you know, like I got a main job, you know, which I'm very proud of. You know, I'm a union operator I operate heavy equipment, and we'll get into the specifics later on that. But I also do other things, like I may do Lyft, or I may throw a party, or whatever it is to get some positive income. You're doing it. You know what I'm saying? So that to me was indicative of the word humble pie. So that's how I translated it, and that's how I came up with the concept of humble pie. And if you follow the page or have even heard of it, then you know basically it's about joking and having a good time, because I don't really think like Facebook and all this other social media shit is like for discussing like your personal shit. To me, a lot of people get too in depth. Like, goddamn, I understand life is hard, but this is not the place to express it. To me, I don't want to be depressed. When I get on social media, you know what I'm saying, I just want to see some fun shit, some funny shit. I post memes. I've been doing it for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of other people start doing it. And it's fun to me to go through and roll and see the shit. But I don't like seeing the long drawn out stories. Like today, literally today, November 11th, I seen someone post a dead person. I'm like, what the fuck? I know you loved them. As we all loved our ones that have gone on or whatever the case is, but I would never post my dad who's passed away, or, any other family member or other loved one. Would I ever put them on Facebook to garner likes? So, excuse me, it's I was a little parched. So, but anyway, this is just the initial show. I plan to integrate live call-in shows with serious topics, funny topics, real deal topics, real life topics and problems that maybe we can discuss on a platform like this. I give my opinion, you give your opinion, because what they say about their opinion. It's like a booty hole, and I hope everybody got an asshole, but that's how the story goes, So, but we'll also do our best to offer direction on repairing your credit, or I don't know how many women out there get tax returns of $8,000, $10,000 every year or whatnot, but what is your credit situation like? Are you taking any of that money, paying off any of that past debt, to where maybe next year when you get a tax return, you ain't got to buy a piece of shit that's only going to last you a fucking year? You know what I'm saying? So are we looking into those? Who's sacrificing anything to leave a will instead of a bill for the kids? A lot of black children, the poor children, you know what I'm saying, they're not privy to that, and they're only poor because of the poor decision making, spending habits that usually comes along with the parent. Let me turn this off. I don't want this going off. Okay, that usually comes along with the parent mishandling the funds, and not trying to give a pass to that person, but how many black folks were raised on how to do their credit, how to balance a checkbook, how to budget? These aren't things that are spoken of commonly in the black home, So those issues, we have to address. And then, something that weighs heavy on my mind as far as with child rearing and having children, one of the biggest indicators that someone is going to be poor or indigent or whatnot, if not their whole life, the majority of their life, is if they have kids early. So some subjects like that, I would like to hear your input, your insight. I'm gonna give you the number, and probably in the next show or whatnot. Not tonight. Tonight is just a reintroduction. Like I said, it's a revamping. I don't know if you've seen the last shows. You did? If you had, thank you. But like the last shows, these are going to be offered on tons of platforms: Apple, Spotify, Pandora, I believe Twitch. All the relevant sites. So it'll be readily available for your consumption, and I hope you take this journey with me. And let's make it real. Let's make it worth the time that we spend together. So, and I would also like to hear maybe some of your ideas that you want to discuss. So, if you could, Humbopye1 at gmail.com. Send me in your information. Send me in, your question or idea of a show that you want to bring up, an idea of something that's really been bothering you, or something that you feel is relevant to our existence and integration into a true community. So that's basically what I'm going to bring to you tonight, and I appreciate if you just listen for a second. I want to say thank you, and I love you. I want to give a shout out to my guy, Ronnie Jones, a.k.a. Sir Duke. This is his studio. If you do music, that's another thing. We're going to focus on the local artists and why is it so fucking hard for us to support our own. That's really intriguing. Because to New York, Jay-Z is a local artist. You know what I'm saying? To California, NWA, those are Dr. Dre, they're local artists. We would have never heard from them had their neighborhood not supported them. What is the idea behind this fucking hate? Want to see your peoples get on. I want to see all these motherfuckers shine. I don't give a fuck if they can rap or not. And you shouldn't either. If you see somebody doing something and they're actually trying to do something positive, what's wrong with backing them? Stuff like that. These are the things that I want to discuss. Maybe some relationship shit. We could bring that up as well. This goddamn fan is drying my ass out. But it is what it is. I didn't plan to be on here long. Not tonight. This is really like a little test run. Like I said, we made some improvements. We brought some new things. We want to see how they're going to work, piece by piece. What's going to work, what's not going to work. So that's what's going on right now. But to you, everybody in the P-Town, South Side, North Side, it's basically one side, this little motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? But we don't have the problem that most cities do with niggas claiming sides. We don't die over that motherfucking shit. South Side do, you know what I'm saying? They do something, North Side come support it. North Side do something, South Side come support it. Hillside gets supported. You know what I'm saying? So that's like one thing about Paducah, Kentucky that I can tell you that I ain't seen nowhere else. Okay? So, again, thank you for everybody that's been with me for a long time. Thank you for other people that's going to come with me for a long time. And that's it. Battery went dead.
If Sensei didn't mix it, I don't want it.
What he said, what goes up, it must come down. I'm coming down, but I ain't trying to touch the ground right now. I wrote a swisher, then wrote two more. They think they know me, they think they can control me. What he said, what goes up, it must come down. I'm coming down, but I ain't trying to touch the ground